Hello, all. Welcome to the third unit of soft skills and interpersonal skills. And today we will be dealing with the last topic of the third unit, that is leadership skills. Now, leadership skills is something that you have been learning ever since your age as a toddler, and it is it is a skill that you are cultivating with each passing age. And of course, as you know, or as you might have had a hunch, that this is also a skill or an essential skill which the recruiting company would look for in you, or in your CV, or in your resume. Okay, so leadership skills is something which is extremely important for you, not just to learn but also to master. Okay, now what is a leadership skills? Okay, now, before we talk about leadership skills, it is very important to make a distinction between leadership and domination. Okay. Now, what happens is that in the name of leadership, we have seen many prominent figures in history who have dominated over their citizens. Now, domination and leadership, they are not the same thing, as I told you. When you are dominating a group of people, you are basically being authoritarian, you are basically being dictatorial. Okay, but when you are being a leader, or when you are truly honing your skills, or when you are truly exercising your skills as a leader, you are basically doing an honorable job. You are basically leading your listeners and to the team under your charge towards their desired goal, or towards their intended destination. All right. So that is what your job as a leader is. As a leader, you just do not look after your selfish interests, or you do not just be dominating, or you do not exercise your domination over a group of people in order to, you know, in order to meet your own selfish purposes. But as a leader, you should be selfless, and you should see to it that you are, you know, actually thinking about, you're actually desiring the welfare of the people who are listening to you, or people who are under your charge. Okay, now what are leadership skills? Leadership skills are the strengths and abilities in an individual that help them in overseeing processes, guiding initiatives, and steering their team members towards achievement of goals. An effective leader creates a motivational vision of the future, inspires people to work towards it, manages delivery of the vision, and builds a team so that it is more effective in achieving it. Alright? So basically, you should have two essential and indispensable traits as a leader. One is you should have the ability to motivate people. Second is you should have the ability to inspire people. You should be the source of motivation and inspiration for your pack. Alright? Or the people who are under you, under your charge, or your team. Alright? If you find out that your team lacks motivation, or they are underconfident, or they are uh, they are kind of unsure about themselves, then it is your duty to boost up their morale and their confidence by motivating them and inspiring them, by saying inspiring and motivating words to them, so that even they find within themselves the energy, to start anew, or the energy to do the work that they had been, reluctant about because of their fear and because of their inhibitions. All right. Now, there are a few important traits which a leader must have. First is a leader needs to be determined and committed. Next is a leader should be risk taker. A leader should be a risk taker. Thirdly, a leader should be a motivator. Fourth is a leader should be a communicator. Now, you as a leader should be determined and committed to the thing or the cause that you are working for. Okay, not for a single moment or not for a single instant should you be deterred from your goal and should you be deterred from your commitment. Okay. Next comes risk takers. Now, we as an anxiety ridden society of the 21st century, we are always afraid and scared of taking risks, fearing that it might, cause potential harm to us because we are not certain about its consequences or about its outcome. Okay. Now, your team members might, be reluctant again to take risks, but if you take risks, you never know. It has two probabilities, right? Either you know, touch success or either you fall down to failure. But of course, it's not that success is not a part of the probability, it is also a part of the probability, right? So, as a leader, you should always be taking risks, even if it, kind of appears to be, or even if it proves to be a you know a failed venture. Even if it proves to be a failed venture, you should be always be ready to take risks. Okay, because without taking risks, humanity has not evolved from reptiles to what we are today, and without risks nobody has seen success. Okay, so risk taking is extremely important, and you as a leader should not only just adopt it but also promote it amongst your team members. Next is motivator. So as a leader, you should be, as I told you, you should have that, you should have that motivating energy within you, which is going to be transferred to your team members so that they also are hit by the motivation to do their work without fear. Next is communicator. Now you are the source of inspiration and you are the source of motivation, but the only way your inspiration and your motivation is going to be channelized is through a proper communication. Okay, so communication is required even to achieve or even for the day-to-day menial functions and jobs, right? So until and unless you are communicating, there will be no effective functioning. And this applies even more for a leader, because if the leader does not communicate his inspiring ideas and motivating ideas, how will the team even have an idea? Okay, or how will the team even gather motivation or derive motivation, right? So communication is the channel for, or communication is the channel of your motivation and your inspiration. Okay. Now, um, why are leadership skills important? First, leadership skills are important because it helps you in developing confidence. Second, it enhances your communication skills. Third, it builds accountability. So you as a leader should always be, ready to take up accountability if you have failed in any venture or if you have failed in any enterprise. And you should always be ready to take up new responsibilities. Okay, because if you retreat from responsibilities, then your teammates are going to retreat even further, thereby only thereby leading to a demotion, okay, of yourselves, not just in your workplace but in your own personal life. Next, as a leader, since you are in the limelight, you are likely to grow networks and connections, and these networks and connections will again, help you and your team to reach out to people far and wide. Next comes increased recognition. So, as a leader, since again you are in the limelight, you will be, recognized. You will be, visible to the world outside. Next comes boost problem solving skills. Okay, so again, in the process of boosting others to solve problems, you should also boost yourself, because until and unless you do it for yourself, you cannot do it for others. Okay, so now we have learned about this phrase named charity begins at home. So you do it with yourself, you start with yourself first. Seventh is strengthen resume. So, as I told you, the recruiting companies would look for a leadership quality within you. So, it is always recommended that you have a leadership experience added in your resume so that it increases the chance of you getting a job or a respectable job. Now, what are the various ways in which you develop leadership skills? The first is, you have to understand yourself. So before you understand others, you have to understand yourself. Only when you understand others, only when you understand yourself can you understand others and empathize with others. Okay? Then you should take initiatives and accept responsibilities. So again, the point is repeated here. You should always be ready to take up responsibilities and accept them, and you should always be ready to take new initiatives. Okay? Third is, you have to be enthusiastic and optimistic. If you as a leader uh, is giving off negative vibes, or if you as a leader is being pessimistic, then that is going to adversely affect the sentiments, and that is going to adversely affect the uh, you know that is going to adversely affect the morale of your teammates, because they would always want to derive optimism and positive energy from you. Okay? If they find it lacking, then they themselves would again lag behind, thereby again leading to something very awful. Then comes being passionate. So you have to be passionate about what you do. It is only when you are yourself passionate can you transfer the same passion and dedication to your team members. Okay? Fifth is motivate people again. So you have to motivate people. You have to learn to motivate people. Okay? Only when you motivate people can you see that you are slowly improving, and not just developing but improving your skills as a leader. Sixth is discipline. Okay, so discipline is extremely important. Until and unless you are disciplined yourself, a disciplined person, you cannot again transfer the same discipline to your teammates. Okay. Seventh is patient. You have to be patient with your patients. Sorry, you have to be patient with your team members, especially if they have committed any errors. You should not lose your patience with them, because that will again bring their morale down, and they would start doubting their own capabilities, and they would feel that they are not fit for the job, which will again bring your team, or bring you and your team downwards. Okay? Eighth is develop critical thinking. So you should develop deep analytical thinking as a leader. Okay? You should be a reflective person. You should have a reflective personality. You should not be shallow. Then you should set concrete goals and follow action plans, because until and unless you have a set goals and the action plans or blueprint leading to those goals, you cannot succeed in life. 10 is common sense is not common. Now again, common sense is not common. It's very interesting, because it means that even though we call it common sense, it is not something very ordinary, because showing and displaying and exhibiting common sense is also something that requires a lot of caliber. And when you are expected to make prompt decisions, it is then that you have to show your highest performability in terms of common sense. Okay? Then comes improving yourself by learning new skills. So you as a leader should be constantly upgrading yourself by learning new skills. It is only when you are upgrading yourself will you be able to uh, upgrade your team members, because if you yourself are stagnated, then your team members, what will they learn? They will also learn stagnation. They would also feel that okay, we have done enough, we don't need to do any more. That should not be the spirit. Okay? All right. So this is what basically leadership skills entail. Okay? So I will again meet you in the next lecture, and we will be starting with unit 3. Thank you everybody.